If you are tuning in after 3 or 4 weeks, we haven't posted an episode, and we have a very good reason. What is that reason, Chuck?
Because we are busy, and we also
actually Chuck got arrested, so
yeah, 2 weeks in jail. Too
much swag for him, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, we are back with episode. What episode is this?
76.
76.
Is it?
With Mike Bowden.
Michael Bowden.
Real quick, you know Mike.
Yes.
You're the one that kind of like told me about him. Mm-hmm. Who is Mike, real quick?
He's he's a clothing, I'd say clothing designer. He makes apparel that's inspired by anime. Mm-hmm. Super dope, and it's not like cosplay. It's actual like real sneakers, real jackets. Oh, I'm looking at the damn camera. I don't want to look at your ass.
You can look at me. That's all good.
Yeah, so that's what he does. He basically makes clothing that's inspired by anime, and it's really good quality. And I actually help him with some videos and whatnot. And
how long have you known this guy?
Damn, I don't even know. Maybe like 4 or 5 months, 6 months.
Oh, nice.
10 years.
The anime life, bro. We about to learn so much, man. Because I have a lot of questions. Because he's technically an entrepreneur. He's doing all his.
And you're a Dragon Ball Z fan too, right?
Oh, bro, the hardcorest. That's a word.
The hardcorest.
The hardest core. The hardest of the course. But yeah, dude, I love Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball. I'm pretty good on that. But yeah, we about to learn some stuff. Well, what do you want to learn from this episode?
I just want to learn how to start a clothing brand, because I've always thought I've never knew how to do that.
I want to learn what kind of like. This is something that I kind of like. I don't know, like what goes on into like doing mass production of it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Not just like screen printing on a t-shirt, but like actual jackets
and stuff that actually looks like the actual, in the anime. And not making it look cheesy, right?
Well, hopefully we learn that.
But yeah, without further ado, we present episode
76. Sorry.
I'm over here pointing to you because I'm
looking at the camera
episode
smiling.
76 with Mike Bowden.
Every time I come in the kitchen, you in the kitchen, in the goddamn refrigerator.
I sure am hungry.
Dude, we haven't done a podcast in like 4 weeks. I forgot how to start the podcast.
Yeah.
Why so? Why has it been so long?
It's been we just took a break because we got busy. We're gonna explain all this in the beginning of the podcast intro. Okay. But Mike Bowden, what's up, man?
Let's go.
Yo.
So real quick, we know who you are. We know what you do. But for the people who are tuning in to the podcast for the first time, and yeah,
Chill out, Eminem.
Can you explain to people who you are and what you do?
I am Michael Bowden, founder and CEO of Leftside91. Clothes, shoes, apparel inspired by anime, gaming, mostly anime. You go to on IG at Leftside91. You'll see that a lot of our stuff is inspired. We're starting off with a lot of shonen stuff, really mainly Dragon Ball Z.
You said shonen?
Yeah.
That's like the manga magazine thing?
Yeah, okay. yeah.
I remember about a shonen magazine
popular,
a long time ago.
That's what I grew up off of. I'm a Toonami era kid.
Saturday night lineup, Friday night lineup.
While Disney was on, all this other, Nick and all this other stuff was on. I'm like, man, when's Toonami, man? When's Toonami? That 5 o'clock block after school, man. And so, I'm not a cosplayer, but all my life being in a nerd community, like being a competitive Yu-Gi-Oh player or a Street Fighter player.
You play Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah, I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh.
Okay.
Professionally.
Professionally?
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I went to tournaments and everything.
Whoa.
Yeah. This was in my, teen years, and
you probably with me, man.
And during that, intertwined would be a lot of conventions, and that's where the tournaments would be. And so then that's my first time ever seeing actual cosplayers and stuff like that. People who make their own, anime inspired or character inspired own mock-ups and get up and be as close as possible to their favorite character. And so outside of that, the casual world, that's, kind of like, hey, that's kind of ridiculous, right? Mm-hmm. And so my idea was that, you're right. And so with that in mind, I'm a shoe head. I love shoes, and I've seen, these attempts at anime shoes, like say you have a pair of Chucks and you have Goku's face on it or something like that, or you have like a a shoe that has Goku's color palette, but it's not quite what he was wearing. And it's like, that still just doesn't get it. You see, because I love Hype Beast. I love, Nikes and Yeezys and stuff like that. I love that genre streetwear. And that is a no-no in that world, that universe. And it's just like, well, dang. Okay, well, I love shoes, but I also love... anime and stuff. So how can I mesh the two without it looking crazy? And so, the latest Dragon Ball Super, I saw Goku, his new the Dragon Ball Resurrection Frieza. He had a new outfit for the first time in a long time.
They're doing a lot with wardrobe in the
and he had these killer boots. And I at the time I saw none made at all, none whatsoever. And given the previous attempts by other companies and outlets and stuff like that didn't really capture it or do so well on making anime shoes or Dragon Ball Z shoes, I started taking my own hands. Like, hey, well, I'm already a little bit of a shoe head. I got about 10 pairs of shoes, and I do study up on shoes and shoe releases and stuff. So I think if I can give it that streetwear vibe with my own, give it that twist where it's still true to the anime, straight rips from the TV, but also it looks fly enough to actually be a fashionable shoe, where if somebody saw it and didn't know anything about Dragon Ball, it would still pique their curiosity and get them intrigued.
Yeah.
And that's how it started. So I don't even know how to draw at all, but literally I'm left-handed, so I'm still naturally creative. So I went to Walmart and bought a pen and sketch pad and just got to drawing. And the first rough drafts, I got clowned on, but that is what started this whole company.
Who clowned on you?
Thing. I drew. I did some sketches. I took some pictures and put it on Facebook and told, hey, everybody, I got this dream. I'm gonna go pursue it. What do you guys think? I'm not good at drawing, but what y'all think? And I got a couple laugh. It was a stick figure leg.
Just like, what is that? I'm just like,
no, close enough, right? But no, So then I just improved upon it, and then I found an actual artist. It was, and this is how I feel like this was meant to be, because it's so strange. Because there was a fellow old Yu-Gi-Oh player of mine. He had a girlfriend who's a really good artist, and she said, hey, let me take your model and reimagine it with my skills. And I said, hey, all right, cool, go ahead. And she did the damn thing, and it made it look the exact way I envisioned it, except I couldn't get it out with my limited skills.
Yeah, she
did. And I was able to take that and get it to, I found a supplier and factory, and then pretty much the rest is history. That's how I got the sample made. And then we go off the samples and, advertise from there and stuff like that.
Wait, so how long ago was it when you decided to take the leap into making like the footwear for the shoes? The footwear for the shoes?
The very end of 2015.
Okay, so it wasn't that long ago.
And at this point, were you still working a regular job and everything? And doing
I was off and on. I was, off and on out of work, working warehouse and stuff like that, which is how I acquired the skills to run this, because I did a lot of warehouse jobs and stuff like that. And so when it did succeed, and secured my first bulk of orders, that's how I was able to remember how to run, get these orders out to the customers and stuff like that, and do customer service from the previous jobs that I worked.
Wow, that's so tight. So before all this, like how'd you start building up Leftside91? Like the branding and everything and the marketing.
So
I kind of want to know what Leftside91 even means.
All right, so I guess I'll answer both questions. So what it means is that I was coming up with all kinds of different names, like Odd Man Out was going to be it, or Odd One Out. And then there was also like Gaijin Soul, but then someone told me, hey, no, don't use that. Japanese is kind of that's a derogatory word from the Japanese to the outsider. So don't use that connotation. And
like gringo.
Yeah, exactly. So I just really thought, okay, well, what about me then? Something that's just kind of just a a really out of the ordinary name, but without trying too hard. So, okay, Left Side. All right, Left Side doesn't sound too bad. Maybe I think I've heard the name before, but I mean, I have a different meaning to it. One, I'm left-handed. Two, the idea of being left-handed has a very heavy history. You know, left-handed people,
the devils,
and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And then also that, you know, really creative, this, that, and the other. Oh, and then just like the brain. You know, you think on the right side of the brain when you're left-handed and stuff like that, and just the idea of just left is just unorthodox. No political relation, of course. And then 91 is just not only my birth year. That's why, oh, you're born, like it's deeper than that. It's just like, is kind of 91 is an iconic year. A lot of dope stuff came out, you know. Anime started rolling out not too far after the late 80s. Just all of our dopest memories. Just, you know, a lot of stuff came out in that era. A lot of dope stuff came out in that era, especially music, hip hop, all that kind of stuff, everything.
A lot of people that I went to high school were born in 91, but I was born in December of 90. That's why I was classed with those people.
Mm-hmm.
I was
so
like,
you're technically 91.
I'm technically 90, but I'm closer to 91. Yeah.
Right. And then I used the two numbers 91 as just a symbol, as a shortened symbol. Like, you know how Nike has the swoosh or Adidas has the 3 strikes? Well, the 91 is the company's swoosh in a way. Like it has two names almost that you can identify. Leftside 91, just 91.
Yeah.
You know, you have two different things to go by. So it was almost given it two names.
Did you end up saying that 91 was the year that you were born?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay. So it's completely personalized to you.
Yeah.
You're left-handed. Left side of the brain is creative.
Yeah.
You're born 91. It makes complete sense.
I mean, it gets no more creative when it is personalized,
right,
to me or you. When you come up with something, you can't make it any more creative when it's from you.
And Chuck had that question about how did you? Because were you trying to go the route of like how did you create the product?
Yeah, like no, just I guess the start of like how did you start marketing yourself?
So how did I start marketing myself? So I remember I got my first batch of like I think 25 or 50 t-shirts, and this was when I was at the warehouse job, and I sold all of them to my employees. And the first thing I had was the shoe sample, but then I got some t-shirts just to get some experience. You get it was a white Leftside 91 t-shirt, and all it said was just Leftside 91. And I sold it to my employees for like $10 or $5 or something like that. I think I just about broke even. I didn't even profit really, but it was pretty cool to still be making some extra money on the clock, selling to people on the clock, and people support it, which is interesting. Complete strangers I didn't even know, coworkers, you know.
That's dope. And
then from there, you know, I'm doing everything I can, learning everything I can on the internet, and you know, but it didn't really happen until I started practicing like certain like self-help and, you know, the power of the imagination and what you can will your mind and what your mind wills reality, you know, to do. And so that's what I started practicing on, and then that's when I was able to revamp Leftside 91, because originally, when it first went live, I sold about 10. I was with a bad deal that I didn't know at the time, and I was with a bad factory that I didn't realize that they're bad at the time. I had a bad middleman, but I still ended up. I ran, not knowing what I'm doing. I ran for the first time Facebook ads. And I ended up selling like 10 in like a week, 10 pairs. And so that was like, I was selling about 100 a pop. So I made like 1,000. I've never seen that much money in my life before. And I'm thinking, hey, this is going to keep going forever and forever, right? And then with my inexperience, it flopped, and those 10 people, they missed out on their shoes and stuff like that. And, you know, I guess you could say, I don't know, defaulted, and I had to go back to working again. And it was a really, really, really cool experience, well, but also a scary experience. But, you know, that's, you know, I never gave up. I got out of the deal that I was in with that factory, and I resurged about a year later. And then those 10 people who missed out, they did end up getting their shoes about a year later, along with the other 100 new customers when I kind of revamped. I revamped my mind, and I revamped Leftside91, and that was the same month that the job actually let me go. So yeah, it was crazy.
So here's my question, because are you, the factory was making the shoes for you, right?
Yes.
They were mass producing it. Were they not just not able to keep up with the orders, or what was it that caused the delay in the people who order the shoes getting them?
We're talking about the first 10.
Yeah.
It was me. Like after, I ran ads, and then I'm taking this for granted, and so I'm like freaking ordering Grubhub every single day. I'm not saving anything, and it's just I don't even have a bank account. It's just a PayPal, a free business PayPal account, and I'm just kind of just spending it every day, expecting more to come in, and I'm not managing ads anymore. Like I'm thinking that I didn't hit it because I didn't made so much. I made that much in that short amount of time. I thought it was just going to be on autopilot. I had no idea that, oh man, you have to manage ads. You have to look at who's buying your stuff, analytics, at what time and stuff like that. Keep, you get 1,000, so put another 200 in the ads to keep that stuff rolling. I didn't think about that.
Right, reinvesting back into the business.
But I'm very, very, very happy that it failed, because even if it succeeded, I still would have been with the wrong folks that first time around. So
that's crazy.
Because
it just seems like to learn a lot of this stuff, and we always go back to this. It's just you got to do it. That's the best way to learn, because somebody can tell you, and you're gonna be like, okay.
Yeah.
But every product is different.
Right. I mean, look, you can watch all the Gary Vee in the world. You
Tony
can watch
Robbins,
all the Tony Robbins. You can watch all the Dan Locke, man. That ain't going to save you, man. That ain't going to save you from getting your ass kicked when you get out there. So
throw yourself into the thick of it.
Yeah.
So how many products do you currently have at Leftside91?
How many bro? I don't even have an exact count. I'm going to be honest. And it's like, oh, man, you're supposed to know. Well, shit. I mean, if I could count on my fingers, I mean, we've got Trunks from Dragon Ball Super. We've got Trunks from Dragon Ball Z, the shoes. We've got a Trunks jacket. We've got a Trunks suit, and I think that
Piccolo shoes.
We've got Piccolo shoes, Vegeta shoes, Goku shoes. Man, what else? We got All Might jacket from the movie. The
I got the All Might.
Two heroes.
All Might.
We've got the.
So it's not even just Dragon Ball Z.
No,
it's completely anime.
Completely
You're doing
anime.
multiple different animes.
Yeah,
that's dope.
And we've got the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie jackets. The Goku and Vegeta blue and green jackets. We've got the Vegeta Saiyan vest, the Bardock Saiyan inspired vest. That might be it off the top of my dome.
We got all the suits and stuff too.
Yeah. Oh man, we got the Goku sweatsuit. We got the Piccolo sweatsuit. We got the Vegeta sweatsuit. We got the Goku black sweatsuit.
You guys got a lot of
Trunks sweatsuit.
Pretty big catalog there. Now, are you guys?
I'm surprised.
Are you guys taking these products, throwing them on a catalog, and then going to conventions and passing them out, things like that?
Yeah, what I was thinking,
because that would be kind of cool.
I was thinking like we could do that with some of our back stock that isn't, say, immediately selling at home or whatever. We take that and set up a booth and clear that out.
Yeah.
Definitely it's a place to be, not just for sales, but you want to be there to network, be there at the right place, right time to meet the right person. That's the biggest takeaway from of going to conventions and big gatherings and stuff like that is for me. Yeah, that's
kind of cool, man. So it goes away from like being like a what's it called, like a cosplay thing, and more of like it's merchandise.
Yes,
it's a merch. It's something that you're taking from anime and you're making like, let's not make it like this geeky thing. Let's make it like a cool wearable thing. Because when you watch anime, man, a lot of the clothes that they wear there are very fashionable, but you just couldn't picture somebody wearing that because nobody makes stuff like that.
No one makes stuff like that, and if they do, it's not. They don't take it serious.
When you get a big company to produce that stuff, they don't hit the nail on the head. It's cheesy. It's weird. They fuck it up. Like the Dragon Ball Z movie.
Yeah. Oh my God.
When Fox had that what's it called? Dragon Ball Evolution.
Bro, that hurt. Do you remember that shit?
Yes, I do.
Okay. That should. Yeah, he should be sued.
We were so.
I don't know. Like
we were so high for that movie too, man.
I don't even understand.
I didn't pay to watch it, so.
Bro, whatever. I literally watched a little bit of it. And then when I seen him go to the party, like it's a high school party or something, I stopped. I literally stopped the movie. Like we all did. Me and my brother. Like, what? Like what the fuck? The only tight scene was Piccolo like crushing the house, and then we were like, when he's in the high school party, I was like, wait,
yeah,
what?
Yeah.
Like,
You watch companies like Marvel right now doing movies like with Captain Marvel and like the Avengers Infinity War. You see the VFX these people can do. I'm like just waiting for that Dragon Ball Z movie, that live action that we've been waiting since the 90s.
Who did the somewhat live action one that was pretty decent and it was like a YouTuber? You guys know?
Red Dog.
Was it Machinima?
Was it Machinima?
Wait, are you talking about the one that was on YouTube with Trunks?
It had to be Machinima.
Trunks
Yeah,
with Android 17 and 18.
Yeah,
they were in it.
I think it was like Red Dog, Big Red Dog, or something like that.
I can't remember exactly.
But that one was actually it was done very well.
Bad, yeah.
I was like, whoa, this is cool. Like I can bear this. You know what I mean? Especially since I guess it's not a
right
$1 million, $100 million studio.
But yeah, I saw an interview on that. Some of the inside details on that the flop of the Dragon Ball Evolution, and it was admitted that it was made by just
some random.
It was a cash grab.
Yeah, it was a cash grab by Hollywood, and there wasn't much care for it. And the guy who was directing it didn't ever watch episodes.
But did Dragon Ball, like the company, give them the rights to use the names and everything?
They must have.
Evidently, if it made it on screen.
Because that also makes me want to like slap them. You know what I mean? Like, yo, did you guys not sit in on the movie? Like what the watch or read the script or
you're talking about this one, right?
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Robot Underdog.
Oh, okay.
They made it. Yeah, and they made it on like little to no budget, man.
This is
like,
2014, 15?
Yeah, that was
something like that.
Back.
Yeah,
some years back.
So respect to them. Like I think, but I think they always say that in the movie industry. They're like, oh, they should have got a real fan to make this, because that's how I feel about Silent Hill, Resident Evil. You know what I mean? Like they could, if they just stayed stuck with the story of the game. Bro,
that's what I had to do.
Have you watched any of the Attack on Titan live actions?
No.
Okay, I've seen the visuals. Those look super dope.
It just seems,
but I haven't watched the movies yet.
I guess it's just like if you put Game of Thrones in one movie, it just wouldn't work out. Just due to the fact that episodes,
and you know what? And that's where we're getting to the point in life where like now we have Netflix originals. Now we have things that are coming out in series and seasons. You got 10 episodes, 12 episodes, and you binge them. It's a whole season. As opposed to back in the day, you had to wait. You had to wait. You know what I mean?
Which I think is a little bit better because you can get a stronger backstory and feeling. Like they did that with Luke Cage, right? Didn't they do that?
No, I think that was awesome. that all came out in one season.
But it's still it's entire like technically what 12 episodes, 6 episodes.
Yeah.
So it's like 12-hour movie technically.
And it got canceled too, bro. I don't know.
So many shows get canceled though.
There's a whole thing going on Netflix.
Yeah, the
Marvel
MCU thing, yeah.
Because now Disney owns all that stuff. But getting back on track, what are you guys doing with Attack on Titan merch? Are you guys doing that?
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, I see a lot of actually legit cosplay jackets, and it just makes me wonder. Like, same with it's the same with Naruto jackets. I see a lot of those, and the Chunin vests and stuff like that. It just makes me think like. Just because I can doesn't always mean I should, but I will if I can. If it's not being made or if it's not being mass produced,
or done
if I can give it my own dope spin, my own twist, yeah, we're gonna go for it. And y'all ain't gonna see it coming. I'll always come with the right or left hook, and just and that's how I come out with my stuff. So
how many people are on the team? Like, is it just you still, or is it like do you have people that work under you, or is it you're doing this by yourself?
Well, yeah, I've been doing it by myself since I started, but now I got some new partners, so and we're crushing it. Hell
yeah! What are you guys' goals for this year?
Continue crushing it. That's our goal. Basically, like just meet demand on time, and and just crush it in sales and make sure the product is, what I'm saying, kick ass. So
dope. What tips do you have for people out there who are starting their own clothing brand?
I say the most important thing is I know you've heard it a million times, but I'm gonna tell you, man, don't give up, never give up, man. Because I remember, being on MOK and Carry in a slum house with on a dirty floor with a floor mattress and a hole in the wall.
You said MLK and Carry?
MLK and Carry and a couple cockroaches. So whatever, and I never give up.
So realistically, how did you keep that mentality? How did you not give up in that situation?
For those who are tuning in,
always knew.
I was gonna say, for those who are tuning in and don't know, MLK and Cary is a pretty rough area of Las Vegas.
Yes,
you could say
one of the roughest.
To put it lightly.
Yes, it is. I would say, you know, what helped me with that mentality was that, you know, I'm no stranger to hard times. I mean, that was my whole upbringing. You know, I've been struggling my whole life, and so it's just like, this is just another challenge, and I feel in my guts and soul that I'm destined for greatness, and so this is just a testament to that. If I can't survive this, then I ain't worthy. I'm a fraud, man. If I can't make it past just this, that's free to do. Think about that. That doesn't cost any money to make it through a hard time,
man. Because that's a strong mentality. Yeah. 'Cause I don't know, like, what would you once again give like anybody who's in a hard situation?
So, you know, don't give up, and you have to stay hungry, stay focused, and honestly, you just have to find your way. Everyone's way is different. You know, how I got on and how I've, you know, reached, you know, the level of success that I have is just you have to find your own way, and it will find you. And the most importantly is to use your imagination as much as you can. And I mean, literally, imagine yourself making it to the point that you want to make it, you know, knowing that you will, you know, envisioning it literally happening, but not so much in the way of delusions of grandeur,
like greed and all that.
Yeah, just so much that when it does happen, basically making it, force that to be your normal, your actual way of life, almost as if you didn't make it. See, the level I'm at, people looking in, you know, people from the outside looking in, they're saying, oh man, you're doing good, and oh, you made the success or whatever, or you, to me, I didn't make shit. I'm still on the journey. This is still, I'm literally in the middle of getting to where I want to go. Still, to you, it looks like I've made it, but to me, this is just my regular everyday of life. I've mastered ultra instinct.
There you go. That's a perfect way to put it. When you don't even know you're in it, but you're in it.
You're in it. Yeah, just like Bruce Lee said. You know, take different shape. Whatever if it's a cup, take shape of a cup. If it's a pot,
be water.
Be like water, you know, and it's the same thing.
And I think that's how you get to success, is when you don't try to force it. You follow what you feel like your purpose is in life, and whatever it is, whatever situation you're in, poor, rich, successful, not successful, you just keep doing it, and the outcome is just, you know, it's gonna be the fruit of your labor.
Yeah, you just live it. Before you know it, then you've got, you know what I'm saying, you've got the eyes on you, and you've got things just coming your way, but to you, when you do get there, you might not even realize it, and it's just in your repertoire, like it's breathing. So focus on getting to that point.
That's important, man. When Leftside91 or whatever your brand, your business is, you're all in, and that leads to my next point, is investing. What have you done with your life to invest yourself into Leftside91 to prove that, this is something that's here to stay and it's not going anywhere?
Again, live it. I'm serious, man. This isn't you see, when I jumped into Leftside91 right before it took off, I had no job, and I said, hey, I'm not about to go apply for another job. This is it. This is my job. I still got this Leftside91 shirt. I'm gonna put that on and pretend that rather than it being a company, this is just a job, and I'm the employee for Leftside91, and I'm going to work my ass off. I'm going to do it. I'm going to send out however many emails I have to. I'm going to run Facebook ads. I'm going to get back on my Facebook shit. I'm going to do everything I can. I'm going to answer inquiries. To even get inquiries at the time, to even get people questioning my product and stuff, to me, well, that was a goal. Okay, let's start with that. Let's get some inquiries popping, and do customer service. That currently wasn't even there. I didn't have no customer service because there were no customers. So it's like,
you had no employee to do customer service. So you had to be that department.
Yeah. So putting my mindset, I'm just an employee, except it's for my own company, but it's no different for me being an employee anywhere else. That's the mindset I put myself in.
Right.
Baby steps. That's what helped me. And this is it. There's no turning back. I'm not gonna put a job application anywhere else. This is the job. And if I want to eat, I better fucking sell a shoe, close a sale however I can. Yeah, off my own wits.
That's so dope.
That's definitely the extreme side of things.
Yeah.
You realize that, I'm not gonna eat if I don't sell this. If I don't find a way to sell this.
Yeah.
You literally jumped honestly, in the fire, bro.
and that's no Gary Vee shit at all. That wasn't this was from the gut, man. This was from the soul. This wasn't even. It's just like, man, because I done worked all these different jobs. I got all these different experiences put it to use. I know the outcome of all these different jobs and stuff like that. Let me really give myself a chance. This is it.
So what were you? My bad. What were you thinking like when you were younger? Like, what was your dream?
My dream? I wanted to be a martial artist.
Oh damn!
Let's keep it real. You wanted to be a Super Saiyan, bro. Like you wanted to realize.
Hey man, I'm not
did you try to learn how to fly when Vidal did?
No, man,
I did.
That was the episode that made me realize maybe we could do it.
No,
that with the backyard just.
Right now, I ain't that homie who tried to go Super Saiyan. You remember? Yeah, he's black too, which is ironic. But yeah, I ain't. Man,
you talking about the guy in the lunchroom who just goes
No, he was in his room.
Yeah, he was in his room.
He was in his room, and this fool was like really trying to go Super Saiyan. He never seen it. It's like a classic.
Yeah, it's a classic
meme. Like before memes.
But I grew up watching Power Rangers and stuff like that, and action movies and stuff like that, and fighting, cartoons. And I was like, dang, I think. But I didn't know that there was a such thing as and I didn't know there was a such thing as like actual UFC and stuff like that. I just like, dang, I like seeing these action shows. And stuff
at the
like
time
that.
There wasn't. I don't think there was.
No, like there might have. I think there was.
It was MMA. I think it was mixed martial because UFC just kind of started.
Yeah, this was right before you. This was before UFC. I wanted to be a fighter. I
like wrestling.
There was wrestling, but I wanted to be a martial art. But I didn't know it was. I couldn't articulate it. I remember my sisters asked me. My older sister asked me. They're like, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" I said, "I want to be a fighter." And they're like, "A firefighter?" I'm like, yeah, that sounds like fighting to me. And they're like, "Oh, you ain't gonna be no fighter." But I was thinking about something else. I was thinking about whooping people's ass for money or whatever. And money. And they were talking about being an actual fighter. They didn't even understand what I was trying to say, but I knew what I wanted to be. But things. I turned into a nerd instead.
Well, you are fighting in a way right now. You're fighting for what you believe in, right?
Yeah,
you're fighting 100%. For the dream that you want.
I still have the martial arts spirit, man. 100%.
It's one of the best spirits.
Wait, do you do any MMA right now, like for fun, like just?
Yeah. I actually practice Muay Thai.
Oh, nice.
I just practice it at home. I don't actually like go to a gym, or I don't have a coach or anything. I just practice the. You know what I mean? I practice on the bag and stuff like that. It's really more so for cardio. Mm-hmm. So it's healthy. It's a good release for me. Nice. And I just it's great. It's beautiful.
Out of curiosity, like I want to know, like, because we've talked about it with other guests, is where like being your own business owner, your own brand, is we're wearing multiple hats, right? Like as a photographer, like I got to be the one who figures out how to get new clients, or how to email with them, how to book, how to do a deposit on my website, how to send them an invoice if they need an invoice, taxes, all that kind of stuff. Like what things has Leftside91 taught you that you wouldn't have known if you hadn't gone this route?
Man, everything I know now, man. Literally how to be smooth with customers, how to be good with customers is just being genuine. It's like talking to a normal person. I learned that. I learned, actual customer sales. How you're for certain sales, they when you're in sales, they teach you certain tactics or scripted tactics. Fuck all that. Be a person to other people. You know what I mean? And that's how you win them over.
That's why people get mad with telemarketers or whatever, because they have a script.
Yeah, and that's one thing I learned. One thing I've always known, again, from all these different jobs. A lot of people say, "Oh, I hate my job," but I've learned how to work. I learned how to get orders out. I learned how to keep track of stuff like that. Keep track of inventory and all these different things and stuff like that. Literally from all the different warehouse jobs I've worked and all the other all these different job experiences. Like I'm just a really good labor guy. I'm really good at just working. So a lot of this stuff I already had, and I'm just able to execute it for myself.
do you usually get people that come up to you go like, "Whoa, you make anime clothes? Like, you should do this."
I get that a lot, and you know what? You know, sometimes I actually listen, sometimes I don't. Like, you know, people want me to make the Gogeta vest from the new Dragon Ball Super movie.
People are obsessed with Gogeta, man. Gogeta and Vegito. That's been the biggest obsession with that guy.
Yeah,
Goku's of course the ultimate, but
yeah,
Goku.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. Goku. I want to see Whis, bro. How strong he really is. Because you saw him knock out Whis on that one episode.
He's definitely stronger.
You definitely got to know your anime.
He's stronger than the destruction of God for sure. Any of them, because they train him.
Yeah.
There was I want to give you a theory that I heard, and I want you to tell me your thoughts about this because this is Dragon Ball Super related.
Yeah.
Do you think that this is what I thought was going to happen during that huge tournament at the end of Super? I thought that the whole tournament was basically going to be all of the different. What are they called?
Planets or universes?
No, the Whis, what are they called?
The angels?
I thought the angels were ultimately going to be the enemy.
Is that what they're called? I don't know.
Because they were fighting for like control or something like that. And I thought it was ultimately going to be like all the fighters versus all the... Yeah, that would have been kind of tight. Like, I feel it would have been an impossible battle, but
it would have. But you know, if they're the strongest beings in the entire universe and all the other universes, what do they have to prove? So why would they be a villain?
Unless there's like
true
the next season,
and I feel like if they were the
what's
bad guys,
there for them to conquer and take over,
or
that brings them personal gratitude. Just
what's above
so ask
them?
yourself that.
What's above them, though? You know what I mean? And I always feel like this is one of the things that we run into with Dragon Ball Z in general, is because when we first were watching Dragon Ball Z, you're like, okay, Supreme Kai is the king of everything, right? He's the guy. And like, oh no, he's just one of 4 quadrants. And then there's a Master Kai or whatever that guy was. And then there's the what's it called? Kibito and those Kais. So it's like, okay, well now there's more levels to it, but now there's gods, and then the gods have the angels. What's above the angels then? You know what I mean?
King of everything.
Oh yeah, the king of everything.
We see he's just a stupid kid, so it's just kind of like, again, like what. You know, the angels, you know, what possibly materialistically or even in the form of greed, like, could they possibly want? So I think that's the real question. So for them, to me, they don't strike me as their mystique and them being mysterious. It kind of makes you, dang, oh man, these might be the final boss. Yeah. But then when given their title and how strong they really are, you kind of got to ask, well, that'd be kind of stupid. That'd be kind of a cop out. Oh, I want to beat everybody's ass and blow the all the universes up because we're angels. That'd be retarded. Yeah. So I would hope that's not the case. Yeah. I'll just leave it at that.
Well, even if it was, I feel like it would definitely need a bigger explanation.
And Goku would just go super ultra angel.
It's kind of genius the way they made the Omni King so like innocent and cute. Like you realize, like, because we're always asking, that's the question in the back of our heads: who's in control? Who's at the top?
Well,
then we make up these huge questions, and
the thing is,
it might just be that simple.
We're used to someone who's at the top pulling the string, being evil, just like in real life. You know, the top 1%, or you know, the people, the super rich people, and these family names and stuff like that, pulling the strings. They must be evil. Like so we project what we live in real life onto, you know, stuff like that, stories like that. When that might not even be the case.
That's crazy. I never even thought of that.
I want to talk about one of the things was quantity versus quality. How do you oversee like the production of your products that are getting made, and like what's been the feedback so far?
Really good. It's all been quality. We're all about quality.
I saw Chuck brought over a couple of items the other day.
The shoes.
I think they were the trunk shoes.
Yeah, there was trunk shoes.
Super clean.
Piccolo shoes.
And I didn't see the Piccolo shoes. You got Piccolo shoes?
There was 2 trunk shoes.
Yeah. So dope.
They're actually, the quality is pretty amazing, because like it even shocked me, because like, you know, coming from like seeing just cosplay shoes where it's like leather, it's like pleather, and it's just a piece of pleather and some string, and like really uncomfortable.
You gotta go to Party City and get those.
Like, they feel comfortable. The real sneaker soles, like
Exactly.
Like,
That's the
they're real.
whole point. It's just real, comfortable functionality, real quality. I believe in quality over quantity, and which indirectly has solved the problem, because there are a lot of cosplayers, and originally I wasn't really trying to reach that market. I was just trying to reach like hype beast people originally, that are a nerd but now can show it. And so, with how fly, my creativity is. And so it ended up solving a problem for cosplayers. Like, say they want to wear a certain jacket or a certain pair of shoes and walk around because you gotta, when you go to a convention, you're on foot for hours.
Yeah.
So now you can walk around
and be comfortable and
it look right all day. And it feels right all day. So indirectly it solved that problem. And then that's when, the power of quality comes in over quantity.
Mm-hmm.
And it's super dope too, because we'll go back to the sad jackets. Is just like and I'm gonna name drop, how did you get in contact with King Vader and Pierre?
Well, what happened was King Vader, he found me first. Not King Vader. Pierre found me first.
And can you just give a...
Yeah, who's King Vader and Pierre?
So King Vader and Pierre, they are YouTubers and internet. They have a big social media. They're big figures, the big time figures, especially, as black men, man. I'm proud of them, man. Black and proud. But as they're anime, they're big popular anime figures.
But they do funny,
and they do skits. They do skits, and they do their own take of a Dragon Ball parody or a Naruto parody and stuff like that, and they've been kicking ass and in their version of filmography for some years now, and and so I've been doing my thing for the amount of time I've been doing. And Pierre, he saw me, he reached out to me, but really I didn't know who he was. I kind of recognized him, but I didn't know who he was, and I just thought, man, this is somebody who just wants stuff. I don't know who this guy is. I was just being kind of, I don't know, I had my head in my ass. And then nothing came of that when he originally reached out to me. Then next thing I know, so I come out with these sad jackets. Those blow up, right? And my own concept. This is before anybody got their version of the sad jackets out the way I did, right? And so next thing I know, King Vader reaches out to me, and I'm like, yo, what the heck? And he's always like, yeah, I want to do we're gonna do a Dragon Ball Hood movie, a Dragon Ball Broly Hood version or whatever. And I see that Pierre is he's responsible for that, and I'm like, oh, this was the dude who originally reached out to me back when, and I just kind of shrugged him off. And so I was like, yo, Pierre, bro, hey, dude, my dude, what's good? And so we've been tight ever since, and they're my guys now,
That's so dope. Yeah, and you just sent them over like all the jackets. Did you send them anything else? Yeah. Like the shoes?
Yeah. I sent them everything they got. I send them, it's all on me, because it's the least I can do.
That video is so funny, those fools. I remember when I first seen King Vader, he does like the stuff where like they'll just start dancing.
I love the bounce. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you've seen their stuff.
That's dope. But then they credit you for all the clothing.
Me and they shout me out over social media. They show real love. They're real good people. They're genuine people. I love them, man.
That's dope. That he kind of found you, and then it's like you would imagine that somebody like who's smaller like you would reach out to them, going, "Can you wear my clothes?" But when they do that, it's like,
here's the thing to that. When I first started, I used to reach out to, I would attempt to reach out to bigger people within that community, and I would get ignored. First of all, I didn't have many followers and stuff like that, and I'd get ignored. No one would get back to me. And now that turns me kind of bitter. Okay, never reach out to anybody again. You stay to yourself, you grind, and you'll get to where you want to go. But don't worry, because for me it felt, I have a big ego, and it feels kind of humiliating when you put your hand out and it just gets ignored, or you get left on red or something. So I said, never fucking again. I don't want to be feeling vulnerable like that again. Yeah. And so when he reached out to me, now I'm kind of like, oh, if anybody reaches out to me, I feel like, well, you just want your hand out, screw you or whatever. But that taught me like, no, it's not that way all the time. It's not like that. You know what I mean? Maybe if somebody like had like, 30 followers or something like that, you know, trying to be like, hey, let's do a collab when they don't even. But it's not a good idea to be closed off. So when someone wants to do business with you and you check them out and they've been putting in some work, it's probably a really good idea to, because who the hell is going to reach out to you? So when somebody wants to reach out to you, man, you know, you definitely want to give it a look and give it a
communicate
shot.
with them.
Absolutely,
you know? Be real.
And so, you know, with that, I was able to open up, and I was like, yo, what is going on? But you know, but that's just, again, it goes back to full circle. Don't be worried about reaching out to all these other people who you think can do things for you. No, it's all about what you can do for yourself. I put out that sad jacket, and that's what put out waves, and that's what drew King Vader to me. And so if you stay down and grind and not worry about all these other people and reaching out to these people and be in the connection or whatever being put on, no, you put yourself on. You work your ass off, and just before you know it will be noticed, and it will be noticed by the right person. And the rest will be history.
Oh, sad jacket is hard, bro.
So dope.
I had to Google it real quick because I'm not familiar with what it was. Yeah. And it's just dope.
So people definitely check it out. It's Leftside91.
Yeah, we're gonna put all the links below so people can check you out and everything.
Sweet,
but
sweet.
one of the lessons I want to talk about was distractions. What kind of distractions do you face in creating your products, whether it's like, you know, the daily grind or, you know, getting products to customers? Have there been any major roadblocks, or like what's the hardest thing
I mean, we're talking about, so for me to create a concept, it just comes naturally, which is just I want to thank God for that gift, and I can just create stuff and it just flows. Some might take me longer than others, but it just flows. But now the challenge is getting it to reality. Now you got to get it to the maker, and the maker might not have the same exact vision as you did on paper, and it might come out a little different on paper because of certain drawbacks and what's feasible, what's not. You have to get past that. You know, then you have to get past also, are the customers feeling it? Are the customers going to buy this stuff? Is when you put something out, is it going to succeed, you know, in pre-orders, or is it going to flop? You got to get past that. And then after you get past that, now you're dealing with the manufacturer. How long is it going to take for them to make it? The timing. There are, you know, when you're doing shipping overseas, there can be certain delays from, say, customs or natural disasters and stuff like that.
and you do international shipping?
Yes.
Whoa.
Yeah. So there's.
So what
that.
you're saying is it's just essentially constant roadblocks.
Yeah, there can be. There's just a lot of factors.
Right.
Now, once you get it rolling, you get it rolling. But there are a lot of factors, even when it is rolling. There are a lot of.
I always like to think about it this way, man. It's a good problem to have.
Yes.
Right? When you're like, oh, how do I ship internationally? Oh, this problem just happened. When you have problems that are things that are going to let you learn how to fix them in the future,
you have to go
it's good problems to have.
You have to go.
A bad problem would be like, oh crap, what am I going to do for money? You know, like that would be a bad problem to have.
Yeah, but I had that problem too. You know,
but you got over it.
Yeah, I did get over it. You know, but all these things you have to go, like where your company is going to go, you're about to go belly up. That is a necessary experience where you know products are not being delivered as soon as they're supposed to, and you have a bunch of angry emails, and you got a bunch of people who want a refund. You have to go do that. You have to feel that experience. You have to. Like I say, I've been through all of that now, and it's gotten me and Leftside91 where it is today, and I'm extremely happy and humble that I've gotten past that and have gone through that. Because imagine having the success that I have now, but still not having gone through those stuff yet. Oh, they would come eventually, and I'd be, you know, with much more on the line. I and much more to lose. I'd be crushed. So your early screw ups, your early mishaps are all lessons, and it's all necessary. And the earlier you go through the hardships, the better. Because the less you have while you go through these screw ups, the easier to overcome. Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like once you get big enough, you'll be able. On the line. Well, once you get big enough with your brand, you'll be able to just have people to take care of those problems too. Big time. You know, and it's just all about, okay, that happened. How can I never ever get this? How can this never ever happen fucking again? So, and that's just sealed off and in the past, and boom.
move forward from there.
There we go, man. Well, was there anything else that you wanted to talk about that you wanted to kind of...
like any upcoming things that you can talk about, or...
Yeah, I'm sure by the time this is even released, it'll already be out. So yeah, we're about to do the Gogeta vest. I definitely can't wait to get that out, and Friday the 13th is when we're gonna release it. So
this upcoming Friday?
Yeah,
nice. This episode will be out. People are gonna be looking out for it, man.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, we got some more fire to come, and we want it all out by Halloween. So,
morning dinner affiliate code.
There we go. We'll get you a morning dinner affiliate code for those who are tuning in. Get you that 10% or 5%, whatever.
Get you that 100%. No, I'm just kidding.
Get you that free shipping.
Hey, man, we could do a raffle or something like that, or I'm just saying a giveaway contest maybe, or whatever.
That'd be tight.
That'd be dope. We do have some people that listen to this podcast that are super into anime, mostly because of the friends that we have.
Shout out to
that's dope, man. I want to thank you first of all for being on the podcast.
Thank you for having me, man,
and telling us about your story and your brand. And we're gonna put all your information, all the links down in the description. Awesome. But thank you for joining us, man.
Thanks for having me. Yes, thank you.
And for those who are tuning in, we'll catch you guys in the next morning dinner.
Later.
Every time I come in the kitchen, you in the kitchen, in the goddamn refrigerator.
I sure am hungry.
That wraps up episode 76 of the Morning Dinner Podcast with Mike Bowden. Don't forget to
smash that like button. My bad, I was making sure we're recording. Not that funny. Leave it in.
And drop a comment down below if you like the content. Let us know what you think.
And subscribe.
Now, we originally had an idea for this podcast. We're going to do weekly episodes, but we might slow down a little bit because these episodes, you know what I'm saying, take a little bit of effort. We don't want to slack on creating content, but you know what I'm saying, subscribe to our Patreon.
We don't even have one. It's all good though.
But yeah, I hope you guys liked that episode with Mike Bowden. If you liked it, drop a comment down below and let us know. But yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Love y'all.